Sometimes you have to get rid of the rind, get rid of the trash in your life. Years ago in 1960s Alabama, on my uncle's son's farm, we were out in the watermelon patch, and his two boys, Ralph, the oldest boy, and Deadeye, or Hawkeye we called him because he once shot and killed 2 rabbits with one shot. And they were out there in the watermelon patch, and Uncle's son was on a tractor, and he had it attached to an old, long, flatbed truck. The two boys was down in the watermelon patch throwing the watermelons up. When I was young at the time, I called myself helping, so I was making room in the flatbed truck as they put the watermelons on there. And Uncle's son decided that he wanted to sample the watermelon, and he looked at it, he said, "Give me that one right there." And he took out his pocket knife, and he cut that watermelon lengthwise, and he flipped it open, and he started carving out into what is called the heart of the watermelon. Boy, that early mid-morning Alabama sun shone down on that sparkling, glistening red watermelon. Boy, and he cut it, and it was sweet. So we ate for a few moments, and as we ate, it didn't take long for Ralph and Deadeye to get back to, of course, shoveling more watermelons up on the flatbed. But Uncle Son and I, we continued to eat that red watermelon. And as we ate of it, we noticed the difference of how a piece of the rind, the horrible green whitish rind, had fallen down into the delicious watermelon meat. And as we ate, Uncle Son said, "Jepprey, throw the rind out." And the truth, as we ate, the green white rind had fallen down into the path of the delicious red watermelon meat. So I pulled the piece out and threw it away and kept eating. And Uncle Son looked at me again and he said, "Jepprey, throw the rind out." And I said, "But Uncle Son, I already threw the rind out." And before I knew it, Uncle Son reached back and knocked the whole thing off the truck. And I'm telling you, just as sure as the Gospel of St. Mark was first written to the Roman listener with their fast-paced, action-filled, Missouri, show-me style way of doing things, and just as sure as in that same Gospel of Mark, the Greek word ethos, translated 42 times, anon, forthwith, straightway, immediately, that spirit of disobedience rose up in me. And I said, "Uncle Son, I was still eating that watermelon that you threw out like that." Baby, that big black 1960s Alabama man looked at me and cocked his head to the side. And I looked and I said, "You know what? I don't think I'm going to mess with Uncle Son right now." He said, "Boy, I told you to throw the rind out." And you see, Uncle Son was communicating, but I was not getting the message. As often with God, he communicates, but we don't always get the message. And as he threw the rind out, it made more room for the good watermelon. You see, once it was good, but there came a time when it was rind. So we have to get rid of the rind in our lives that was once good, but now it is no longer good. And it is time, as my Uncle Son said, to throw the rind out. Throw out the rind.